What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about The Last of Us Part 2 because the reviews have dropped and they are pretty much universally perfect scores across the board. And this surprises literally no one that has been paying attention to the nonsensical story with The Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog, DMCA claims, all of that. No one is surprised that this game is getting flawless scores across the board. Now, with that said, I'm not saying that the game doesn't deserve these scores. If we look at the first Last of Us game, I love that game. I think it's great. I think others probably love it a little more than I do, but I very much enjoy that game. The story is absolutely fantastic. You look at the Uncharted games. These are some of the greatest games ever made. So to believe that The Last of Us Part 2 is a good game is very much within the realm of possibility. That is really not the problem. The problem is, for anyone paying attention to this, we are supposed to believe that the same exact media that wants to tell us how great this game is the same exact media that blatantly ignored the copyright abuse from The Last of Us, from Naughty Dog, from Muso TNT Limited, on behalf of Sony and Naughty Dog. They never mentioned it. They never talked about it. This was the biggest story in gaming for the last few months, and they never touched it. But the moment that they could give any type of positive story on Naughty Dog or The Last of Us, they were jumping on it the moment that it became available, because obviously Sony and Naughty Dog was feeding them this information. Remember when they did a story about Naughty Dog on Twitter doing the post where you couldn't reply? They did a story on that, but they never covered the blatant, disrespectful way that they were abusing the copyright system, and they were literally stealing money from creators over an opinion. They never covered that. None of these big sites covered it. That is the problem. That is why I call in to question the credibility of these sites. So, again, if you've been paying attention, you knew this was coming. No one is surprised. No one is surprised. The game, I've always said, is going to get great reviews. It's going to sell well. Here we go right here. So we are over. I don't even have my camera turned on. We are over on Metacritic. And out of 85 reviews, it is sitting at a 96 Metascore. A 96. We're in Half-Life 2 and Super Mario Galaxy territory right now. We're in Breath of the Wild territory right now. And it's just 100 after 100 after 100. You know, 100s all the way across the board. I'm still scrolling. We're still dealing with hundreds. IGN gives it a perfect 10. Perfect scores across the board. We Got This Covered gave it a 10 out of 10. Well, I thought We Got This Covered was an incredible site. Is that still the situation or not? It's just, there we go. Games Radar, God is a Geek, Hardcore Gamer, Attack of the Fanboy. I'm still at 100. We finally get to a 99 on hobby consoles. Atomics gives it a 98. GamePro Germany. I miss the GamePro magazine. Anybody remember the GamePro magazine? Oh, that in Electronic Gaming Monthly. That was when games journalism was at peak content right there. Electronic Gaming and GamePro. I was so into those publications. I actually preferred Electronic Gaming Monthly slightly, but GamePro was awesome too. I don't know if that has any connection to the GamePro magazine that we read back in the day. But yeah, I miss those publications. And I still collect like EGM and GamePro and things like that. But here we are. We're still in the 90s. And now we're at 90. We finally get to an 85 with Destructoid. And so on and so forth. There's GameSpot at an 80. Where's the... where are the three? I think there's 3 middle-of-the-road reviews. 3 mixed reviews, and that comes from IGN Japan, Gaming Bible, and Game Revolution. So, again, if you ask me if I think this game is going to be a good game, I do think that the game itself, in terms of the atmosphere and the gameplay, is probably going to be great. I don't doubt that at all. What I doubt is the identity politics being pushed into it, and how I believe that is going to ruin legacy characters and a lot of the story. And I think that's going to upset a lot of the fans, but I do not believe that the game's journalists are going to call that out, because ultimately they love identity politics, and they view identity politics as a plot point, as a positive plot point, if it exists within the movie, the game, or the show that they're reviewing. If they see identity politics, they automatically elevate whatever that thing is to another level. That's just how these weirdos think. But my question is, for all of these journalists that are covering this game and that have been talking about it, why did none of you talk about the situation with the DMCA strikes and the blatant copyright abuse? Why did you not talk about that? I got into an argument with some guy over at Forbes, some blue check mark over at Forbes, because he was upset that he didn't get a Last of Us Part 2 review copy, and he talked about how it hurt his feelings. And, I said, well, I never saw this guy covering any of the Last of Us Part 2 DMCA abuse. And he's like, it's not my responsibility to cover what you want me to cover. I'm like, bro, this was the biggest story in the industry for like 2 months. They were striking down everyone, not just me, not just other YouTubers. They were striking down Twitter accounts. They even strike down their own account, because that's how stupid they are. And of course, they lost every single one of the appeals processes because they were abusing the system. They literally took ad revenue and the ability to live stream away from me and other content creators because they were abusing the system. And none of you had the balls to call them out, because you wanted your review copy. You wanted to stay in the good graces of Naughty Dog and Sony, so you didn't have the balls to call them out. And it's why I do not respect these reviews. These reviews could be accurate. They could be. And I do think that The Last of Us Part 2 has the potential to be a good game. But the bigger issue here is the game's journalists have no credibility whatsoever. And I will never forgive them for not calling out Naughty Dog and Sony for the blatant disrespect of the copyright abuse that they implemented on so many content creators and Twitter users and Reddit users and everything like that. It is ridiculous. But what do you guys think? Do you think The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be great? I think it will be a good game. I'm not going to play it per se. Will we review it at Geeks and Gamers? Look, I have a huge team at Geeks and Gamers. I don't tell my team what they can and can't do. So if someone on this team is going to get the game and they want to review it for the website or for the Game with Geeks channel, they have my blessing. I don't tell people what they can and can't do or what games they can and can't play. That's just not how I operate. Speaking of geeksandgamers.com, please go to our website. We just launched our new website. I'm excited. There's user profiles. We have a forum, we have a point system, and we have a premium membership. This is the website here. As you can see, there's a story from back on May 1st where we covered the Sony Naughty Dog leaks. Of course we did. There's the forums right there. We've got a lot of good discussions going on in the forums right now. We have a forum suggestions. We have a website issue and bug reports. We also have right here where you can report an issue right there. And that's something we're leaning heavily on for everybody to utilize, because the site, again, I'm not made of money. And I've put a lot of money into this site, and there's a lot of time and effort into this site, and we do have a few bugs that we're having to work through. That report issue button is crucial. And then also, like I said, you can create a profile. You can have a profile with a background, private message system, notifications, everything like that. You can even create a blog. So we have a blog, so you can write on the blog, and then you can share that link out on social media and have people check out that blog. That's 100% user. That's a user ability. It's free to sign up to the site, but if you want to, you can join our premium subscription, where you're going to get, basically it's our version of Patreon, and you'll get exclusive content like Drunk 3PO playing Dark Souls with Mark the Cyborg narrating, Krista Nova playing Grand Theft Auto 5. We're going to do Mario Kart streams for the members, and I'll probably do some exclusive Q&A, live streams with members of the premium subscription. There's a minimum of $10 for the subscription, but you can pay as much as you want, but $10 is all we ask. There's also the ability to gift a subscription, so if you check that box, if you have someone's email address, you can actually gift them a subscription. I'm working on making that easier. So because I know everyone doesn't want to give their email out, but I'm making it easier where maybe I can utilize your username on the website. That's one way that we're going to look into that. But ultimately, I'm really excited about the website. I'm very proud of my team. Everyone's done a fantastic job. I appreciate the support. So I look forward to seeing you over on the forums. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck these Naughty Dog reviews. And we will talk to you later.